Yet another dreamer download with myself, Crypto Dragoness, or Dragoness, the community and marketing lead for Nifty Dreams DAO. GM, how's everyone doing? We're going to be doing a quick overview of some AI tools that artists can actually benefit from in today's Dreamer download. But before that, I want to see some smileys, some hearts, some GMs, so we can get this party started. So, usually, the format of this download is pretty consistent. So we spend a few minutes going through some of the recent updates that has been happening over the past week on Nifty Dreams DAO. And let me know if you can hear me loud and clear and everything is okay. Hey Martin, good to see you back here again. So yeah, we go through all the recent updates that have been happening within the DAO. Some updates for you, some exciting announcements. Of course, we will be going through the newsletter, the latest newsletter that was published. And then we have a quick overview about a certain topic that could potentially benefit artists. So today, I decided to talk about AI tools because, well, it's kind of a very controversial topic. I feel so, since the AI tools started, specifically like towards the end of last year. Many creatives have had a very polarizing opinion about it. Yes, this is helpful, this is exciting, it does help us. And then the other hand, we have people saying, oh my god, what's happening with creativity, like art is dead now, the computers are taking over, this is like dystopian future that we all did not want to be part of, and it's happening to us. So while I pull up the newsletter for this week, I want to get a general opinion from Martin Srinivas. Hey, hi. Good to see you here. And Mesoma. Am I pronouncing your name okay? Mesoma, so beautiful. It's written Mesoma. Yeah, let me know. What are your thoughts on AI tools? What are some design related, art related AI tools that you guys have experimented on? What are your thoughts about it? What are some of your favorite AI tools? Let me know, and then I will pull up the newsletter meanwhile, and then we'll see how everything is going. Hey, how's everyone? It's usually 9 p.m. for me whenever I do these downloads. So I get a bit like super sleepy around this time of the day. But it must be pretty late for people on, the other side of the world as well, towards Asia, and India and Singapore and Australia must be asleep. AI provides yet another tool. It's up to the artist to use the tool to create. I agree. I do agree on that point of view. I don't think AI is something that we are. It's going to take over anything. I believe that this is sort of a tool. Um, my internet connection seems to be pretty patchy today. Sorry about that. All right, let me just pull up the newsletter. I personally haven't dabbled into AI. Okay. It's So Mesoma is saying, I personally haven't dabbled into AI, hope to soon, but I think it's incredible innovation. And the artists who use AI tools to create have really taken advantage of it to create phenomenal art. I love that. Thank you so much for writing that message. It's super, super positive. Because what I see on Twitter and what I see on social media is a completely different story. There's so many people like cribbing and crying about AI having infiltrated creativity, and how it should be banned, it should not be allowed. And really, one of the reasons I decided to talk about this today is also because um, I come from an advertising background, and a lot of my colleagues, ex-colleagues, have been telling me of stories that happen in their workplace where an art director takes a lunch break, and then somebody else at work, whether it's from the accounts team or the marketing team, or a copywriter, just uses an AI to create an artwork. And by the time they come back from lunch, people are like, "Oh, did you go for lunch? Oh, fine, it's okay. We don't really need you. I created the artwork via AI." And that is so silly, because I do not think that a designer's work or an artist's work can be replaced by artificial intelligence. And we will go through all of that in today's presentation, why I think so. I think I just want to bring my point of view and a little bit of research that I've done as well. But I'm sure you guys also have tons of information about it, which I want to hear from you people. So let's just hash it out. Let's discuss this. It's always, Dreamer Downloads always like a brainstorming session. So before we dive deep into AI tools, etc., this is our latest newsletter. We focused on artistic. So if you guys had missed last Monday's Founders Town Hall, Nick, our founder of Nifty Dreams, had released so much of exciting information about Artistic. The first time that he told me about Artistic, I was very thrilled about it, because it is something that's really solving real world problems. The big part about blockchain technology, and even with NFTs, it hasn't reached the mainstream audience as much as we would like it to, only because not many organizations have found real world use cases, something that would really benefit people. But Artistic actually connects the gap, it bridges the gap. So Artistic is spelled with artistic, with the IQ over there. That's because it provides a few things, right? It provides intelligence, it provides equality among artists, it provides insights, and a lot of inspiration as well. So you can see this kind of like a lot of recent updates about the platform itself. The development stage is going on very well. Smart contract is going on. But one of the things that's primary about artistic platform, so it's going to be bring together a few things. There's going to be functions for artists to actually create art for point of sale items. So whether they are, for now we have Diverge sneakers, and we are looking at tying up with more brands, like laptop brands. I mean, not companies that do skins for laptops or for even iPads or T-shirts. I think Nick has this dream, which he really wants to make it happen, which is to get an entire car skinned, and all of these things need artwork, and preferably they would be coming from the dreamers, who are part of the Nifty Dreams DAO, of course. And the other part of it is the consignment and sale. Of course, when an artist uploads an artwork, we will have a curating team within the DAO, and then people within the brand itself that we have tied up with will be approving the artwork. And once they are approved, we would go through, the smart contracts, the payments would get fixed. And at the end of the day, the payment would be coming in terms of Nifty D tokens, and would be transferred from the treasury. So the dream over here is to make it possible for every artist to have an income of $50,000 per year. And this is the scenario for income projection. So you can actually take up a low volume production, or you can go with a medium volume, depending on what your interests are. And there is a possibility that each artist could earn up to $4,300 a month, which comes up to close to like $50,000 a year. So the point about this is recurring income. So you do it once, and then you keep getting income like every single year, and that is the sustainable way that the Nifty Dreams DAO allows artists and creators and designers to actually use their design to make a living. The other part of the artistic platform is the artist portfolio itself. So right now you can see that there are many other like platforms which help you create like a personalized page, almost like WordPress, right? So you put in all your arts, your pictures together, and then you've got even AI tools that come up with a little website. But with artistic, this is going to be much more. It's going to be an integrated environment, and it's highly customizable. because Nick, of course, feels that we're artists at the end of the day, and you don't want to use like a template which looks like, my page with just the banner that is different. That doesn't make sense at all. You want it to be highly customizable. So what happens with the platform over here is, you have, different widgets and places for you to change the text and the font and the background color, like so many things. And for you to use this highly customizable page, it's free of charge as long as you are a Dreamer Pass holder. uh, we also have the insights part of things. Of course, the project is what I was earlier talking about, and then you have the actual insights where you have more. We provide you intelligence about people who buy art. What time are they buying? What kind of art are they buying? How many artworks did they buy last week? What is the usual time they actually browse through Twitter and pick up artwork? So it puts you in a very prime position to be able to sell your artwork. And all of this is going to be like super decentralized. That means that even when it comes to, for example, the artist portfolio platform, it doesn't mean that you can only showcase your artworks that's on the Ethereum chain. You can showcase your artwork from the Ethereum chain, from the Solana chain, from Tezos, for example, because artists don't publish just in one particular chain. They mint it across chains, and you want it to be decentralized. Interoperability is key over here. So, yep. And how this entire ecosystem actually bridges the gap between Web 2 and Web 3 is you already see this, right? It's like so many interesting functionalities for any creator, any designer, and artist to use. But even the sign in for this entire thing is going to be a very Web 2 style format. So you need your Google to sign in, your Google sign in, or a Facebook or Instagram sign in. And yeah, your crypto footprint will be in the wallet. So it's easy for people to get onboarded and use this platform. And it is getting built right now, and I'm very excited about it. Hi, Teomia. Good to see you here. I know you've got your spaces around about the same time tomorrow, right? So yeah, looking forward to that as well. So guys, Teo has got, Share Meta's got a space with Nifty Dreams. She's talking about mindful art tomorrow at 8 a.m. PST, if I'm not wrong, because that's going to be 8 p.m. Dubai time. So it's for Martin, I think it's going to be 4 p.m. your time. So do join in. All the details are there up on our Twitter. So yeah, there we go. That is, some of the exciting stuff that happened last week. Just wanted to go through the newsletter with you. I also did want to mention about Nick's latest tweet, which is a tie-up with a gallery. I don't think I'm allowed to release the information as yet because we are just waiting for a final signature. And I was so looking forward to announcing that in today's Dreamer download, but nothing's lost. You can always read about it. Tomorrow I'll tweet about it in the Nifty Dreams account. All right, let's dive straight into today's presentation, which is about AI tools. And as what I had said, it is going to be, as always, super interactive. And this is a brainstorming session. It features a bunch of research that I've done. But I also want to hear your thoughts on everything that we are talking about today, right? So let's get to my deck. There we go. Guys, let me know if the internet is glitchy. I am on 5G, but I don't know why that there seems to be a little bit of glitch. Before I dive into the presentation, I do want to remind everyone to upload your artwork for the Dreamer NFT Pass competition, where selected artworks would get 1,000 Nifty D tokens each. So we're giving out 13,000 Nifty D tokens in total. And all you have to do is, it could be any kind of art. It could be a painting. It could be an illustration. It could be a 3D artwork. Of course, static, not animated, but it needs to be in a portrait format. 1080 pixels times 1350 pixels. I know a bunch of you who are listening to me right now have already uploaded your artwork. So thank you so much for that. Your YouTube links and everything is working. But for the rest of you, you have not done so. I don't know what is stopping you. Do you need a little bit more help? Do you need to understand more stuff? There is an entire article about the how the contest works in our Medium page. So go to Twitter and get that and get more information. Or you can always come to Discord and ping your questions over there as well. But what is key over here is we do want you to upload a 2-minute video accompanying your artwork, because we want to really look at your art process. And this 2-minute video, some people have uploaded a video from last year, or some people have uploaded their artist, video CV or their resume, or something that's totally random, which has got nothing to do with this particular artwork that they have uploaded. Now, the reason why we are asking for your artwork is because we want to see your thought process and your developmental process of why and how you created the art for the Dreamer Mint Pass, because that's storytelling and that's what's important, and that's what would be going on our marketing. So it has to be a little bit about you as an artist and your process of creating the artwork for the Mint Pass, this specific contest, this Mint Pass, not something generic, not something you've done like 2 years ago. Okay. Just a few hours ago, and I was pretty excited about this because I was thinking, okay, let's do this nifty dreamer download session about AI art, right? And then I got this ad that came up on YouTube where Ryan Reynolds talks about ChatGPT. And he's a very, very funny guy. So do take a look at this video. I hope it plays okay.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds, owner of Mint Mobile. We're always looking for ways to save you money. So this year, we're kicking things off with an ad that I created using ChatGPT, the AI technology. This is what I asked it to write. I said, write a commercial for Mint Mobile in the voice of Ryan Reynolds. Use a joke, a curse word, and let people know that Mint's holiday promo is still going, even after the big wireless companies have ended theirs. This is what it wrote. Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here. First of all, let me just say Mint Mobile is the shit. But here's the thing. All the big wireless companies out there are ending their holiday promos, but not Mint Mobile. We're keeping the party going because we're just that damn good. Give Mint Mobile a try. And hey, as an added bonus, if you sign up now, you'll get to hear my voice every time you call customer service. Just kidding, that's not really a thing. Stay classy, everyone. That is mildly terrifying, but compelling.
What do you think of this ad? What do you guys think about this? I found it cute. Uploaded days ago. Yes, Martin. I did not see it. It just popped up on my feed today. What do you think about this ad? I thought it was pretty interesting. His prompt was on point. And when people are actually talking about how AI is going to take over creativity, there's this person who didn't run away from it, who decided to embrace it. And obviously, ChatGPT is the wildest thing right now, right? Everyone's talking about it. It's one of the trending things. Apparently, people have stopped using Google and they're going on ChatGPT. ChatGPT is not a tool for artists, but if you do want to write copy, if you want to write like Twitter threads, and if you want to write LinkedIn articles, if you want to write captions, then it is not the perfect tool, but I do look at it as a writing partner. And I think that's what Ryan Reynolds here has done for his company, Mint Mobile. A writing partner is someone you want to bounce ideas off. You want to get like a completely different perspective about stuff that you want to do. And there are certain like things that he wanted to cover, right? It needs to be funny because that's his personality. And it needs to be quick. It needs to give out some information. So I think the prompt here is very important when you're using ChatGPT as all. You can write NFT description on ChatGPT, yes, but the prompt is what is the key over here. There are actually people who now market themselves as prompt experts, AI prompt experts. And really, it could be a make or break game when you do not use the prompting well. Because at the end of the day, the AI does not have its own intelligence or creativity, right? What it does is it actually has learned a lot of information that has been fed into it. And with regards to ChatGPT, it only knows information up to 2021, so not even last year. So if you're going to ask it anything that has to do with last year or this year, it probably can't answer, or it would throw out a lot of garbage, or it would actually tell you, oh, I'm only schooled until 2021 and I cannot help you in this case. But certain things that you can actually, it's good for, is when you ask it to, craft a Twitter thread about, I don't know, pointillism or cubism. Like, hey, ChatGPT, can you draft a Twitter thread for me about uh, cubism? And it will be able to do that for you, which I find is quite compelling. And then you can take what the information that it has given and craft it according to your own style, because it still has a very, very AI tone of voice. But anyway, that is ChatGPT. That's a tool for writers. It is not the best tool out there, but then it's open source, which means that developers, and if you know coding, then you can use the basic wireframe of how ChatGPT works and create your own software. And that's why it is super popular, because of the open source part of things, right? People love sharing ideas. I want to just go into today's topic, which is about AI art tool. So the AI image generation industry is you know widely called as intelligent media. There is a $1 trillion opportunity, is what experts say. I don't know whether this is true. This is just some number of estimate. More than 20 million images are being created every day. But I would also take that with a pinch of salt, because these 20 million images are not actually shared anywhere. A lot of these images are just created for fun, for someone who just wants to kill time or wants to experiment with it. And a lot of these images, like probably I think less than 10% actually see the daylight. The rest of the millions of images just are created by AI, and then it goes, yeah, it just disappears, right? So guys, what do you think about uh, so far? Like, um, tell me, what do you think about number one, Ryan Reynolds ad that you just saw? And what do you think about AI industry being $1 trillion opportunity? Do you truly think there is an opportunity down there? Let me know. I want to know your thoughts on that. So I can ping that quickly before we go on to the next slide. Let me know your thoughts. All right. So while you guys are typing that out, I wanna look at some of the other key things that has been happening with the AI art sector over the past few months. When AI was talked about, I think years ago, this is not something new, but back in 2018, there was a very, very controversial incident that happened. So there was an artist, Edmund de Bellamy. Edmund de Bellamy is the name of the artwork. And this artwork sold for about, if I'm not wrong, like $40,000 in 2018. And people were like super, super confused by it. Like, why would an AI portrait actually sell for thousands of dollars? There is no reason for it. There's no effort that's put behind it. But this is the kind of like argument that we see even with the banana artwork, right? Where an artist actually put up a banana and then duct taped it in a gallery and called it art, and even that sold for like thousands of dollars. So we have talked about this before. Art is very subjective, and it could be very, very controversial. And the thing about this is not just how the art looks, but the fact is, this is one of the first computer generated, like AI generated art. And somebody wanted to own it because it has that first thing. Uh, I observed that most of AI take images from of internet. Uh, the advert, I did not get what it was all about. So quick gist, Martin. The advertisement, Ryan Reynolds owns a company, and it's a mobile company. So what he actually did was ask AI to create write an advertising for the network, and AI did it. So he talked about it, and that itself, like him using ChatGPT to create the ad itself, became the ad. So yeah, it's just what it is. There's nothing more to get from it. Two, three, 2 million. Yes, I believe in Father Christmas. So yeah, okay. I use collab with AI. I always create something with my actual already created art. I give base to AI and then generate it, which is, I think, a very, very clever way to approach something like that. You can see AI images now on magazine covers. So this was the AI issue by Cosmo, and that image took 20 seconds to make. The world's first artificially intelligent magazine cover. So it provides a new artistic format to ingest large data sets to analyze patterns and build predictive models. So the more you actually use AI, the better it becomes at creating things like that. And it comes down to people feeding it with information, right? So at the end of the day, what it's able to do that humans are not able to do is take in lots of information, store it, and then come up with patterns. So the next time somebody asks something of it, it connects these patterns together and possibly give an answer which could look logical. Um, Something as mundane as a bowl of oranges can become eye-catching if rendered in the style of, say, Picasso. So if you look at this very famous character, Kermit, was drawn in a very popular artistic style, and then you can see how many types of Kermits we can get. And essentially, if you were to ask an artist to create that, it would possibly take minutes or hours. But AI is able to generate this within seconds. How is this useful? We will get to that in just a bit. But for me, I am not an artist. I can sketch, I can draw a little bit, but I'm not artist like you guys. You guys do so much of work. And for me to actually be able to explain something to somebody as a creative director, or somebody who's working in advertising, sometimes I feel that it is quite exciting to use AI to communicate my ideas. If not, I would have to sit and sketch and plug out a lot of images from the internet and try to create a mood board and then explain it in so many words. And especially that when we are working remotely and we're not sat with each other, like next to each other in an office environment or in a brainstorming room, I find it really, really useful. And if I say I want a surrealistic image of a burger in a moon, for example, and then if I want to just get ideas to how to get that artwork done, it could be very useful. um, in September, this image over here, this AI image, actually won the Colorado State Fair annual art competition. It was created by this person called Jason. And when he won the competition, well, anyway, it was under the category digital art or digitally manipulated photography. So he used AI to create it, and it won it. And he actually came up saying that art is dead, which frustrated a lot of people. They were like, how dare you say that, and how dare you won the prize using AI. You took 20 seconds to create something, and you managed to win this is not fair at all. So a lot of artists do feel that way, that it's not fair. Creating something via AI should not be winning anything, should not be submitted for contests, should not gain any kind of traction or popularity at all, because the artist did not put in effort. I want to get your views on that. So just because the artist did not put in, oh, in this case, I don't know whether you can call Jason an artist. because he typed in a few keywords. But yeah, what do you think? Do you think this image should have won the contest or not? What are your views on this? Because this was something that was highly tweeted. People were like very upset about it. But I see this continuing to happen. It will continue to happen because we have opened up the floodgates. There is no running away from it. And yeah, that's something that is happening right now. This is another AI artwork by Rafi. It's called Machine Hallucinations. Well, what AI can do is actually not just when you type in keywords and you create image. A lot of people are using it for that purpose. But what it can do is imagine and execute something in a way that humans cannot in a very, very short possible span of time. It can generate limitless variations like the Kermit that we saw just now, right? And it can create totally something that's unexpected. As a human being, no matter how much of an expert artist that you are, you probably wouldn't be able to learn and keep in mind all the possible kinds of photography and art forms that have existed across the world. But then AI has that information. So it can give you something that's completely out of the box and unexpected and totally away from your initial style of creating art. And I find that aspect of it super, super powerful. For me, a lot of art directors, a lot of designers, Photoshop artists in agencies, they do a lot of grunt work. And grunt work involves researching, going through stock photography. So if you were to, if we were working for a client like an automobile client, and the client has requested for a car set in a background of snowy mountains with a rabbit running in front of the car because that's the logo of the car, and to create a composition of that, the the designer I have sat next to them, I've worked with them, they go through like hours and days having to go through all kinds of stock photography trying to get the high resolution images and then compose the picture, right? The snowy mountain has to look perfect, the car has to look perfect, and then you got to find the perfect bouncy rabbit. But for something like that that it could take potentially hours or days, AI can create that for you within seconds. And once you get the composition right, then you can bring it to Photoshop and you can tweak things and make it yours. And I find it perfectly fair because if you can eliminate the grunt work, then you can spend a lot more time actually doing creative work. Um, so Shameta is saying, sometimes when I use my art and generate AI, I was surprised by the result, as if I understood my painting and created something very close to the meaning. I do agree because for me, I use AI. I think the first tool that I used was Midjourney in the Brava CLC Discord. We had installed the Midjourney application as part of the Discord, right? And it was like super fun. I was creating like alien characters and mythical creatures that I could have only dreamt about, but I could not draw because I did not have the skills for it. So I fed in the keywords to AI and it created the creatures for me, which I found was like super interesting and very, very exciting. And it helped people to visualize dreams, to people with anxiety, to calm people down. And it was just a mental process that people used it for, even though these are the people who are not artists or designers. So the power of extremely scalable technologies to empower people and democratize tech so it becomes accessible to everyone. AI is a powerful tool for design and storytelling. It saves a lot of time and energy when it comes to the grunt work of getting content made. I completely, truly believe in that. Then the next question is also comes, right? We keep hearing this on LinkedIn and we see this on Twitter. Um, will copywriters lose their job because of AI? Will writers lose their job? Will social media writers lose their job? With artists, creatives, will they lose their job? I don't think so. I think people who are always in mediocre might have something to fear about, If your entire life you have been surviving only by writing social media captions, and the way that you're writing captions is, doing research, copying from some random page and writing it to a thread and then you're posting it, then yes, there is something that you got to be scared about. But if you're a writer who has always believed in emotions and storytelling, this is something that AI cannot handle because it does not have the human skill. AI can't handle concepts, collapsing moments in time, memory, thoughts, and emotion. All of that is a real human skill that makes a piece of art rather than something that visually looks pretty. So it's not something that looks just about pretty. It's something that it's relevant. It's something that has to have emotional connect. Um, if there is uh, a news that came out today, if there is a joke that everyone is laughing about, if there's a trending topic on Twitter, and you want to have your art or your copy or your design reflect that, just so you can connect with people, that is not something that AI can do. And Yeah, exactly, because AI can never replace humans, because AI cannot have emotion. But if you're a creator who has been creating all your life without paying attention to human emotions, then maybe there is something that you got to fear about. But Anna Riddler says that, yeah, it's not a human skill, whatever that AI is doing. It is completely driven by what it has learned. I love this. Speaking of emotion, I think that this is such a timely image. I found this on Instagram by this artist called Namin Jain, who works with Midjourney, and he created these photographs. And look how stunning they look. They were created with Midjourney, right? The theme is how it would have been to publicly kiss someone, fearing you'd never see them again. So this was like, you know, wartime in India, and his imagination of how partners would have um, kissed their better half goodbye during the pre-independence war. And I found this image to be so powerful, but this is an image that came from the creativity or the storytelling, that creativity that came from the mind of the artist. And that's what makes these images so powerful. And AI by itself could not have come up with this storytelling. um, One of the common uses with AI these days when it comes to advertising industries and designers is creating mood boards, which again for me is grunt work, because creating mood boards requires a lot of research. But even if you do the research, you could miss out some interesting works that are out there. So you can use AI as your design partner, or when a copywriter is working on a presentation, they do not have to wait for the designer to create the mood board. The copywriter could actually start the process and give these as references to the designer, so they are better able to put things together in a quicker way, right? Like, it's a win-win situation. So people use AI these days for mood boards, storyboards, even interior design mock-ups. It's a great way. But how can artists use AI to, of course, reduce the grunt work, to make things, do things shorten research time, get more research done, transformational creativity? They can exercise curation. So what you can actually do is with Midjourney, for example, when you give it keywords and it gives you like 4 to 5 images, no, 4 images, right? Yeah. And you have to select one, pick one from there, and then develop it or keep reworking on the keywords. So this, what you're doing is curating what the AI is doing. So keep doing it, and then you'll be getting better at actually picking up which are some of the best compositions and artworks. Experimentation, collaboration. Artists sometimes these days are collaborating with another artist, so you can actually use two artworks together and upload it to an AI tool to make a possible collaboration or a mashup of those pictures, and also to get feedback. So there are AI tools for all of those things over here. For example, some of these tools that I've highlighted here, right? Let's look at this. Deep Deep Dream Generator makes psychedelic versions of existing images. Art Breeder mixes images together and allows you to add features from one image to another. So these are what some of the tools that could be used for collabs. Playform is quite interesting because it you can actually train the AI by uploading your images, and Playform can actually give you feedback on what your images look like. So, for example, if I am going to share a really badly done art today with you guys, just because you want to be kind to me, you can say that, hey, yeah, that looks nice, Dragoness, yeah, it's cool. But then an AI can be very brutal when reviewing my artwork and actually going to the details of what it thinks, what are the points that it thinks are good, bad. It gives you a completely different perspective because humans might be clouded by emotions or relationships when they are reviewing something, but you can get a computer's perspective on how your art actually looks like. You can use Crayon, which is based out of DALL-E's model, which can create like 9 different variations based on your keywords, and it also has the ability to create memes, which is a very very powerful thing when it comes to you being, for example, a content creator, right? So these are some of the tools that are out there for that could help artists. Um, let's look at for non-artists. I'm gonna open up this link over here. So these are some of the top used AI art generators out there. But as I said, when I use Midjourney, when I use DALL-E, I use it as a form of art therapy, or something that I like. I love dream studies, so a dream that I've dreamt, and I wanna try to see the closest image that I saw in my dream. It could help people learn art, help kids learn art, art styles, experiment, and share it on social media to convey a message, and also utilitarian purposes. I use this a lot when I'm writing articles. I don't need to ask a designer to spend money and try to get like a stock image, or to find a suitable image to put as a cover banner for my article. These days just use AI generated images, and I experiment with that, and it works out really well as well. So let me go to this website, which has like quite a bunch of pretty cool tools which might be of interest to you guys. See. Okay. Yeah, here we go. So this is the website, which is got a bunch of creative tools for artists to generate AI. So I'm gonna put the URL over here as well. So check this out, because we are familiar with DALL-E and Midjourney, but there are like so many other tools out there this year that got released for different purposes. For example, you've got, here you go. So Deep Art allows you to upload a photo and apply different styles. Deep Dream Generator is something that probably I'll be using a lot. It uses enhanced versions of Google Deep Dream. Visionist, Go Art creates AI photo effects, and then you've got facial art generators. These are a bunch of tools for AI drawing and painting, and also typography. You can generate font combinations and so on and so forth. Like, there's tons of stuff over here, even when it comes to music plugins and generating musical compositions, and a bunch of AI courses as well. So that is, I hope you guys have gotten the URL over here. So check it out when you can, and let me know how it goes. Let me get back to my presentation. So I'm just switching screens over here. So go. Where were we? Yeah. Do check this site out as well. I picked it up for artists. It's called Playform. It's an AI art generation platform for professionals where you can put your art in there and get your AI to review your art and have an AI's perspective about it. So yeah, artists use Playform through their creative processes from inspiration to production. So if you want more inspiration, you don't have to only stick to DALL-E and Midjourney. There are a bunch of other tools that you can use, and Playform is something that you should try out as well. When I was talking about collaborative art, this is an example of collaborative art. Sogwen Chong on Instagram, she had created this art called Mutations of Presence, and the artist actually uses the AI tools to do art with another artist. So doing an art, for example, if Dragon is myself, I do an art, and then Martin does an art, we decide to plug both into an AI, and AI actually picks up certain aspects of it and creates a collaborative image. So that's pretty cool and exciting as well. For me, AI is not to replace humans to create, but actually using it as a co-creating partner. So some of the tips that I had researched and put it up here for you is keep the prompts short. But of course, in Midjourney prefers the prompts to be short. But some of the AI tools actually they prefer you to write it in sentences or as many keywords as you can find. So it really depends on the platform or the tool itself. If it doesn't give you what you specifically wanted, you can always experimenting by changing the order of the words. Think like the AI. If you're a computer and you have learned keywords and descriptions and images, like thousands and millions of images, then what is it that you would like to hear? Then you, and that really comes down to being a master at the prompt, at doing the search itself. Be specific. Don't be afraid to tweak it and nudge it. So this is, yeah. Try spells used by others. These days a lot of AI tools actually on the site itself, they give you some example prompts that have been used by others, so you can take a look at that and then you can tweak your prompts accordingly. And after everything is done, feel free to get your images up to Photoshop and do some final tweaking and retouching and making that art like completely yours. One of the artists that I've followed for like more than a decades now is Mario Klingemann. I met him personally when he was doing a conference called Max in Singapore, which was like really long ago when I was in secondary school, and it was for Macromedia. And Mario Klingemann has always been, firm believer of using computers and AI generated artwork. And this was one of his artwork, Memories of Passerbys, and it was sold for like 30,000 pounds. And he has always used like even neural images, stuff that were used for like scientific research. And I had minted one of his artworks in Tezos as well on Hicket Nunk. Actually, Mario Klingemann was who brought me into the NFT space. So that these were some of his artworks that he had created like years ago. And there are like some phenomenal AI artists out there. You can just do a Google search and try to understand their process and why they are doing it. I think there's a lot of inspiration that could come from there as well. The other site that I wanted to, before I wrap up this talk, that I wanted to share with you is this site called Have I Been Trained? It's called that. You can Google it, Have I Been Trained? And you can actually upload an image of yours if you had created an artwork, your personal artwork, and put it up on this site. So you can upload an image or text, right? You can type your own name on it, and it will tell you whether AI has started using your artwork. to generate something else for someone else. So you can see whether your art actually is part of AI's intelligence, and it is using it to generate images for others. So yeah, that is another site that I wanted to share with you guys. This is like a super main level overview, and you guys might have known a lot of stuff, or some of these stuffs could be pretty new as well. But let me know, what are your thoughts on this? This is going to be an ever evolving conversation, but I thought that there might be some tools and sites here which you haven't used yet, and it might be interesting for artists and designers to test out and help with whatever that you're creating. And that's about it for today's Dreamer Download. Hello, Yona. Good to see you here, but you are a little late to the party. I was just about to wrap up. Alien Boys, good to be here as well. And let's continue this conversation on Discord as always. I am very excited about this space, especially writing tools. And because, a lot of founders, a lot of developers are putting the code for AI technologies open sourced. More people are using that to create their own tools. So it is just exploding. And I also learned a few hours ago that Google has decided to invest in ChatGPT because over the past few weeks, people have started using ChatGPT for search results. So, search engines have to do something. I'm sorry, I take it back. It's not Google, it's Microsoft. So, Microsoft had decided to invest in ChatGPT. I don't know what Google is doing about it. Maybe they are creating their own tool, maybe they are ignoring it. But Microsoft have their own search engine called Bing, and they want to, get it all amped up with AI tech. So let's see how this space evolves, and let's keep in touch and stay connected. Thank you very much for everyone who's just joined in. And we'd love to see you guys on the next Dreamer Download on Twitter and on Discord. Cheers and have a great day. Bye bye.